Welcome back to the Speedfire Fab channel. It's currently Saturday. No, it's Friday, May 16th. Yep, May 16th. So it's LS Fest day. We're getting ready to roll out. I got myself cleaned up. I got the toys cleaned up. The little tow pig cleaned up. So all of that will be in a later video. But this video is going to be the last few pieces of putting the OBS back together. And then I'm also throwing in a couple minor things that had to do on the Scout. We're going to get them both washed up, get them prepped for today basically. So sit back, enjoy the ride. Like I said, check back probably end of the weekend, maybe early next week for some content from the show. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you all really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think. And as I said in the beginning, LS Fest content will be coming shortly. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Well, it's time to get the hood down from the loft, get it thrown on the truck, see if I can do this by myself, as I don't really have any other options. Well, I say by myself, but we're going to use the equipment that I own to make it easier, but it's not going to make it any less sketchy. Haven't moved this thing in like probably 2 to 3 months. thing around. Y'all probably see where this is going. I'm just going to strap this sucker to the forks, tilt it at the angle, drive in, get it close, get the bolt started, and then I'll back it out. Hood Installer 4000. I guess we could call it the world's most expensive hood install tool. Cable works before we go latching this thing down. As I have been there, done that, close the hood, and you can't get it to open. That sucks. And Exhibit A, it won't open. Or I have it installed wrong. That scare y'all like it scared me? Jeez. Not even sure what I did. Maybe this one needs a spring. No, it needs spring pressure. Yeah, it's working because it just dropped the latch down. Put the springs on the hood. Okay. Nice and slow. Oh. You want to make sure all your tools are out. Gap actually doesn't look too bad. You got to make sure your little secondary latch is lined up, but also that your little pin or your rod up there in the hood is centered with the latch. You can tell that the hood is a little bit to the right, just a hair. I'm pretty happy with the gaps. So in order to fix that, we're just going to bump the hood latch that way. Oh yeah, that's nice. Hitting something somewhere. We got like 2 inches to the radiator cap, to the intake and alternator. Piece of rubber left over from the radiator was up there underneath the hinge. I think we might be hitting the radiator cap. That's a problem. Yep, just a little bit. Wonder if we can raise the latch up a little bit, because we're right there. Down a little bit too far to the right. Oh, we're also hitting the Does the hood need to go backwards, or the latch needs to come forwards? Latch can't come forwards. It's basically a fixed location. Hey, it just got a little bent. The only problem is maybe this whole bracket's a little bit bent because the secondary latch thingy doesn't really latch. But I can cross that bridge once we get her on the road. So to explain the problem, you can kind of see it here. So basically the back side of this was hitting that. I just bent this bracket out with the latch just slightly and it works. But this hole here just barely catches the edge of that secondary latch, the safety latch, so that if this breaks, your hood don't fly backwards and hit your windshield. I'm wondering if this bracket, when I cut it and welded it and put the bolt holes here, that it kind of pulled backwards maybe. I don't know, because all of this is factory. I literally just chopped the bottom of it off. I'm wondering if it had a little flare out that I didn't notice. Anyways, that's going to be a project for another day. So it doesn't really fit the grill very well either. But she's a certified shitbox at this point. Unsuspecting. I mean, you can kind of see the intercooler in there if you know what you're looking at. Not much around that. Not much way to avoid that, but that is sweet. They're going to look real good when I can get the black bumpers. Yeah, I finished cleaning out the inside, vacuum it, pull her outside and give her a wash and a scrub down. She's ready to roll. We're on to working on the scalp. Alright, so on the Scout, when I put these new carbon coilovers on here, it was probably like a year ago. Forgot to order the brackets to hold the reservoir, so I was like, I'll just zip tie it for now, test drive it, and I'll buy it. Well, I just kept forgetting about it, and going a year, and honestly, the zip tie's done pretty well for a year. I mean, they're just from Harbor Freight, like ain't nothing special. But it looks terrible. We're going to this show. I need to fix it. I have the brackets. Just got to spot weld them to the frame, mount it. But I'm gonna swap some cars around, move it over to this bay because it's a little bit wider. We can get the welding machine out there and knock that out real quick. Alright, I keep having camera problems and the record button's not working, and I'm not paying too much attention to it because I'm trying to get stuff done. So I've literally missed this twice because both times, about the time I got finished, the freaking camera would beep and it would turn itself off because it wasn't actually recording. Unfortunately, I only needed to do this twice, so you don't get to see exactly how I did it. But basically, I've got a hose clamp. I got some 3/8 heat shrink. Put it over the hose clamp, shrunk it down. If you leave this edge up here at the top by your bolt a little bit unshrunk, when this rolls through your tail, your excess of your heat shrink will go underneath, or your excess of your clamp will go underneath your heat shrink and make for a really clean install. Zip ties anymore. See how clean that looks? You got no excess sticking out. If you roll this back here. What you're left with is a very clean, solid, blacked out clamp. Make sure we're 2 and 2, pretty close. And there we got it. 2 very nice and clean mounted reservoirs. Look like it was made to be there. You can't even see the brackets. Such a simple but much needed upgrade that like I said, I shouldn't have forgotten. I should have done a year ago. All right, it's summertime in Texas, which means top comes off because it's too dang hot. A lot of times I wait till June, but I think since we got LS Fest, we got an hour drive and it's already 100 degrees. We're pulling it today, so figured I'd bring y'all along. You can see exactly how I do that. It's kind of sketchy, but it does work. Pretty much got a hoist in the ceiling and run some straps through the roof above the roll cage, and then a strap through the rear. The rear tailgate, the lift gate, tailgate, I guess is what you call it. When I first built the Scout, it was get 5 of my friends over and we all lift it off and set it someplace in the backyard. Then we upgraded and I got a forklift and built some fork extensions, a couple ratchet straps. I think I did that backwards. I think this one's supposed to go through the front. I only do this once a year, so. I can't remember. The problem with getting a group of friends over and a forklift and it works, then you got to figure out where to put it. End up setting it out in the yard and some tires or whatever. It's just annoying. So when I built this shop, I said I'm gonna have a hoist in the ceiling. Works great because you just lift it up there and that's where she stays. Made sure I built the shop tall enough so that while it's staying up there, it's not in the way of anything else. For the most part, it isn't. Make it a little fun to get the forklift snaked around here up to the loft, but it can be done. The only downside, I would say, is when you have the doors open and it's windy, she tends to move around a little up there in the ceiling. I think that's a 1,500 pound hoist, and this top weighs like 650, I believe. The tricky part is you got to get a little creative on where to lift it, because you can't really lift in the middle. Shouldn't be too big of a problem because I should be able to clear I think I can clear the lift. I'm about, I don't know, 10 inches probably. The other problem is this remote's not really long enough. Kind of need a wireless one. This is what happened last time. It's too far back. By me a couple inches. I've only been doing this like 2 years, so I haven't really, and really it's not 2 years, it's like twice. I haven't really got it all figured out and dialed in yet. Boy, it's gonna swing a little here. And that's how it's done. She just chills up there. I don't really have a way to latch it. Again, the hoist has a brake and a lock. I could get up there with the man lift and throw a safety strap around the whole roof bracket and whatnot, and it looks way higher than it is on this video. It looks way higher on the video than it is in real life, but there she is. She'll spend the next 8 months there. It starts getting cold again. All right, Scout's washed. I need to clean up the interior. I gotta clean up the interior on OBS. Gotta hook up the trailer. Gotta throw this spiderweb shade top on there. Yeah, we'll be in business. Leaving for LS Fest in about 12 hours. Got the old tow pig shined up and topped off with fluids, tire pressure checked, trailer checked, OBS is back together, running pretty decent. We got the Scout pretty much ready to go. Need to put some fuel in it. But other than that, got everything tucked away in the shop in case we get a little rain tonight like they might be calling for.